Hello. Dr. Paul did a fine job of explaining the components of critical thinking. After watching the video, I feel I have an improved understanding about critical thinking. Certainly not perfect, as this area is really difficult for me to grasp, but it is definitely an area that I feel I have improved in a little bit, to say the least. And Dr. Paul, both videos certainly helped me with that. Critical thinking for me basically is the evaluation of facts to form a logical judgment. It happens through observation, personal involvement, reflection, and communication. It sounds easy enough, but of course, after watching both videos, there seems to be so much more involved with critical thinking. One thing Dr. Paul emphasized that I thought was important was clarity, and it makes perfect sense. In order for me to make a confident judgment, for me, I need total clarity. Dr. Paul discussed 3 questions that can make sure clarity happens. The first question is, could you elaborate further? The second question is, could you illustrate it? And the third question is, could you give me an example? Now, this is the most powerful question of them all, according to Dr. Paul, the third question. Once clarity is established at that point, then you can move on to precision, and that allows you to take something that was clear and make it more precise. Dr. Paul gave an example that I could relate to about going out to eat. This happens to my husband and I often, the same conversation. He states we're going out to eat. Okay, that's clarity right there. I know we're going out to eat. In order to get precision, I would need to know, where are we going out to eat? Now, my husband will often state that we are going out to Olive Garden because it's not too busy on Wednesdays. Now we have precision, and then we have to move on to the next step, which is accuracy. And just because something is clear and precise does not necessarily make it accurate. For example, we know we're going to Olive Garden, and my husband states that we're going there because it's not busy on Wednesdays. Now, even though it's clear and precise, that may not be true. It might actually be busy on Wednesdays, so we don't know that. So how do you prove accuracy? Well, you have to do investigation to find out if the information is accurate. So that's how you find out if it's true. And then after clarity, precision, and accuracy, relevance and depth are the last 2 components of intellectual thinking. Just because something is clear, it's precise, and it's accurate does not mean it's relevant. So he gave an example about students with behaviors and grades, and that makes perfect sense. If a student is having a good report card, he has straight A's, and that's going to report, but the teacher also mentions these behaviors, well, that's irrelevant to the grades. So we're not going to be able to make a informed decision because there's not relevance hasn't happened. And after relevance, we deal with depth. Did the answer deal with the complexities? Now, all of this is still quite confusing to me. However, going back and watching the videos 2 more times allowed me to pick up on a few more things, and I have taken some personal notes from these videos for future reference. And basically, to be a critical thinker, the intellectual standards must become a habit. This means that we have to put them in practice continually in order to make that habit occur. The intellectual standards can happen in probably just in a minute. It's just a matter of communications, and all of those phases can happen quite quickly in a conversation. Now, I know where I need to improve with critical thinking. I am committed to improving in that areas, and I'm hoping the more I am exposed to it through this course, the better I'll become at critical thinking. So here we go, and on to the next thing. Thank you.